In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on November 27, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Houston Texans versus Miami Dolphins. This Sunday, the Houston Texans will travel to Miami Gardens to take on the Miami Dolphins. Kickoff will be inside Hard Rock Stadium. The last time that these two teams matched up, the Dolphins walked away with a 17-9 win. The Houston Texans are coming into this one after losing to the Washington Commanders 23-10. They struggled on the offensive side of the field as they couldn't score enough points to keep that game competitive. They will have to be more efficient on the ground and through the air if they want to challenge the Dolphins on the road. The Miami Dolphins are entering this matchup after taking down the Cleveland Browns 39-17. Their offense stayed humming in that one as they continued to march up and down the field. They will need to continue to put up points in a hurry if they want to get their 5th win in a row. The Texans are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Dolphins are 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 home games and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The under is 9-3 in Texans' last 12 road games. The under is 4-1 in Dolphins' last 5 home games. The favorite is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. The home team is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 meetings. Miami comes into this game on a 4-game winning streak and has scored 31 points or more in 3 straight games. Houston has really struggled on offense and hasn't scored more than 17 points in their last 4 games. Houston is making a quarterback change, but I don't see how that will make much of a difference. The Houston Texans don't do anything well on either side of the ball, and they're not covering numbers despite being big underdogs each week. The Miami Dolphins are scary explosive offensively, and they've had an extra week to rest up and prepare. The Texans are 31st in total defense, and the Dolphins are 3rd in total offense and 6th in scoring offense. This has the potential to get ugly quick and in a hurry, so the Miami Dolphins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Texans have averaged just 13 points over their last 4 games, and although the Bengals have a 30 points per game average in that same span, that leaves us plenty short of the total. 9 of 20 games combined between these teams have gone over this season. Again, the Texans have Allen getting his first start of the season, so things will likely be a little slow going out of the gate for that offense. Houston doesn't give me enough confidence to believe this one ends up being a high-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Bengals versus Tennessee Titans. This Sunday, the Cincinnati Bengals will travel to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. Kickoff will be inside Nissan Stadium. Both of these teams are coming into this game on a 2-game winning streak, as I am expecting a battle in this one. The Cincinnati Bengals are coming into this game after taking down the Pittsburgh Steelers 37-30. They looked strong on offense and defense, but Joe Burrow continued to march his team down the field. They will have to stay efficient on the offensive side of the field if they want to challenge the Titans on the road. The Tennessee Titans are entering this matchup after defeating the Green Bay Packers 27-17. The Titans look great on the defensive side of the field as they continued to get stop after stop against Rodgers and the Packers. They will need to lock up on the defensive side of the field in this one if they want to slow down the Bengals' passing attack. Mike Vrabel excels as an underdog in his career, going 22-12 against the spread with 20 of those victories straight up. The revenge angle is also noteworthy here. Cincinnati upset Tennessee 19-16 in the AFC divisional playoff just 10 months ago, sending the league's top seed home empty-handed in the postseason. While the revenge narrative likely doesn't affect the point spread, the return of Jammer Chase has, with the line ticking up about a half point after news broke Wednesday that he was trending in the right direction. It's fair to question just how healthy Chase will be be in this game. He hasn't played since Week 7 with a hip injury, which was expected to take 4 to 6 weeks to heal. This Sunday will mark 5 weeks since the injury occurred. Chase's return is key since the Bengals will likely be without Joe Mixon, who was still in concussion protocol as of Wednesday. Up front, Cincinnati has struggled to protect Joe Burrow this season, grading out 31st in pass block win rate. They've held up well in the running game, but that's the strength of the Titans' defense, who have the top rush DVOA in the league. Jeffrey Simmons grinded through an injury to play 54 snaps last Thursday against the Packers. He now gets 10 days off and a plus matchup this week against a susceptible Bengals interior OL, most notably rookie LG Cordell Volson, who was absolutely worked by the Steelers front last week, allowing a sack and 3 pressures. Bud Dupree and Amani Hooker also get an extra week to return to the lineup after not playing against Green Bay. Vrabel is such a good schemer, and his defense really seems to be humming at the moment with DC Shane Bowen calling plays. Those two have been together since Vrabel's time in Houston, and it seems like this particular unit has really taken a step forward this season. Tennessee is 7th in schedule-adjusted efficiency, and with a few extra days to prepare, I expect them to be in top form here. On offense, the Titans are blocking well up front, and Ryan Tannehill is his usual efficient self, making the best out of a relatively pedestrian group of receivers. Derrick Henry could be in for a big day against a Bengals front that's 31st in run-stop win rate this season. DJ Reader returned from injury last week and played a season-high 44 snaps, but had his lowest PFF grade of the season. If Reader isn't 100% and the Bengals OL can't keep Henry in check, that puts the play-action game into focus for Tannehill and makes this Titans offense very tough to stop. So the Tennessee Titans to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Styles make fights, and this particular Titans defense might be very well equipped to handle the Bengals' explosion on offense. Cincinnati is 0-4 this season, averaging just 17 points per game when facing defenses that play a cover 2 on more than 50% of snaps. On the other hand, the Bengals are 6-0, averaging 33 points per game against teams using cover 2 on less than 50% of snaps. This comes a week after Mike Tomlin went away from too high after Cincinnati had some early success on script, eventually using cover 2 on just 26% of defensive snaps. For those who don't know, too high shell is when defenses play both safeties well off the line of scrimmage with the goal of preventing explosive plays down the field. It's a defensive strategy that has become in vogue the last few seasons with the attempt of slowing down Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It's now being used to guard against other explosive passing offenses like the Bengals and Joe Burrow. With extra time to prepare in this game, I expect Mike Vrabel to show a lot of too high early in the game to try and get Joe Burrow out of rhythm. One of the other things I love about this Titans defense is they're able to generate pressure without blitzing. Tennessee is top 10 in pressure rate this season, but bottom 10 in blitz rate. Vrabel and DC Shane Bowen just look in sync with the scheme and the personnel this season, as the Titans have taken a giant step forward on defense. If Tennessee's stop unit controls the tempo of this game, that will allow them to play at a methodical pace on offense and pound the rock with Derrick Henry. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bears versus New York Jets. The Chicago Bears and the New York Jets meet Sunday in NFL action from MetLife Stadium. Chicago is 3-7 this year and fresh off a close loss to the Falcons. As for New York, they're 6-4 on the season following a loss to the Patriots in their last game. Chicago is 4-1 against the spread in their last 6 after an against the spread loss, and 7-15 against the spread in the last 23 overall. The Bears are 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 road games. Meanwhile, the Jets are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 after an against the spread loss, and 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 after a straight-up loss. New York is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 in November. The Bears did some good things on offense in the loss to the Falcons despite a tepid 288-yard total. Chicago had 20 first downs and went 9 of 16 on third down conversions. Fields really needs some more targets besides David Montgomery, though. As for the Jets, their offense was absolutely anemic in the Patriots' loss with 103 total yards, 6 first downs, and 3 of 14 on third down tries. Sure, it was a defense-oriented game the whole way, but those numbers are just ugly. There is always the chance that Fields plays in this game, adding a whole different dynamic to the Chicago offense. Even without the former Ohio State QB, the Bears have a solid run game and an improving TE, with Cole Kmet having 5 touchdowns over the past 4 games. Simeon showed a good command of the Bears' offense in the preseason, and there's just too many unknowns with White under center for the Jets. If Chicago can contain the New York run game, they'll be set. So the Chicago Bears to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Bears' defense has had their issues this season, but they've also held Miami to 77 rush yards and Detroit to 95 yards on the ground over the last 3 games. Both of those teams have a quarterback that can beat you through the air, but do the Jets. On the flip side, the New York defense has held opponents to 17 points or less in 5 of their last 6, and it's hard to see Trevor Siemian versus Mike White being an offensive shootout. Even if Fields does play, his shoulder is banged up and he'll be less likely to run the ball. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.